In the 1920s, in Monroe, Michigan, two cousins chased the American dream. Edward M. Knabush and Edwin J. Shoemaker, both sons of farmers, realized they liked working with wood more than soil and began tinkering in the Knabush family garage. Shoemaker was a brilliant mechanic, and Knabush a gifted woodworker and salesman. The two cousins made natural partners, and together they started the Knae Shoe Company. By the end of the decade, the garage wasn't big enough, and with financial support from friends and family, they began building their furniture factory in the middle of a cornfield in Monroe. The company, at the time called Floral City Furniture, began producing its first trademark piece, the Gossiper, which allowed people to sit, to call, and to store things. Yesterday's version of multitasking. That same year, the two cousins created an innovative chair designed for nature's way of relaxing. A comfortable concept, this wood slat folding porch chair followed the contour of a person's body, both sitting up and leaning back. On one retailer's advice, they decided to start upholstering the chairs to make them usable year-round. The chair was an instant hit, but it needed a name, so the cousins held a contest within their factory to decide what to call it. People came up with Sit and Snooze, Slack Back, Comfort Carrier, but Lazy Boy was ultimately the winner. In the 1930s, during the Great Depression, Floral City Furniture, as Lazy Boy was still known, accepted wheat, coal, and even cows as payment for their furniture. The founders even received a pair of guinea hens that they used as a burglar alarm. It was in this decade that the company transitioned to a retail store. At the first furniture show, in a tent outside their factory, kids watched a mouse circus as their parents shopped. All prospective customers got a shrub from the founder's wife's garden. The 1940s was a tumultuous time for the country and for a still new Lazy Boy. It was in this decade that they started the first standalone Lazy Boy factory. However, after a year of operation, the outbreak of World War II caused the plant to convert to war production, producing seats and crash pads from 1941 to 1946. Company employees caught up on the behind-the-lines efforts of their friends and families in Lazy News. Today, the company newsletter is digital. Take 5 keeps all members of the Lazy Boy family informed. In the 1950s, as America discovered rock and roll, Lazy Boy rocked along with them, adding to their chairs the built-in ottoman and then the automatic footrest, or automatic as Lazy Boy called it. That's not all. As Jerry Lee Lewis shake, rattle, and rolled, so did the Lazy Boy Tranquilator, an optional vibrating feature that could be added to any recliner for $10. Bing Crosby, then a household name, had one in his household. By the 1960s, Lazy Boy factories expanded to locations in Newton, Mississippi, Redlands, California, and Florence, South Carolina, all smaller rural towns like their home in Monroe, Michigan. Fueling the expansion was another instant bestseller, the Recliner Rocker, which rocked and reclined and boosted Lazy Boy sales from $1.1 million to $52.7 million. In the 1970s, Lazy Boy released the Lazy Rocker and the Electra Lounger, both reclining chairs that could be positioned 1 inch from a wall and recline without hitting the wall. Beyond that, Lazy Boy broke into an entirely new market when it began producing swivel and reclining desk chairs for the contract and institutional markets. Lazy Boy's durable chairs became increasingly common in hospitals, nursing homes, and offices in the 1970s. With this new range of products came new advertising to match. Joe Namath, Johnny Carson, Alex Karras and Susan Clark, Uncle Sam, all spread the word that everybody loves a winner. Jim Backus, better known as Mr. Magoo, recorded more than 15,000 radio and TV commercials for La-Z-Boy, earning him a spot in the Guinness Book of World Records. In the 1980s, La-Z-Boy announced that nobody has rocked more babies to sleep than we have. The company expanded its product line and did so with the new slogan, "And you thought we just made a great recliner." The company also developed a wider range of motion products, reclining sofas, sleeper sofas, and modular groups. In 1983, La-Z-Boy introduced its first line of stationary sofas, as well as the Back Jack, a simple setup for casual TV watchers. La-Z-Boy's mascots, Wendell and Al, were commercial stars in the 1990s, as these spokes animals showed off the expanded La-Z-Boy product line, along with their catchphrase, "That's a common misconception among raccoons." La-Z-Boy furniture galleries, superstores with living rooms, family rooms, and chairs opened around the United States, Canada, and Spain. One chair, the Oasis, had built-in storage, massage and heat functions, even built-in phones. Thomas Kinkade was the acclaimed painter of light who captured America's imagination. His tranquil, light-infused paintings depicted a simpler life rooted in family, faith, and the luminous beauty of nature. The La-Z-Boy and Kinkade divisions of La-Z-Boy Incorporated collaborated with the artist in the late 1990s to create the Thomas Kinkade Home Furnishings Collection. In the 2000s, La-Z-Boy collaborated with the cast of the iconic NBC television series Friends to make a specialty series of recliners that eventually sold on eBay for charity. In 2001, La-Z-Boy unveiled the next generation of La-Z-Boy furniture galleries, bigger than any store in the past. The store's inventory also expanded to include decorative accessories. Also in 2001, with the rise of the internet, La-Z-Boy announced the E-Cliner, equipped with a wireless keyboard for surfing the web and sending email. They also released the Faith Popcorn Cocooning Chair, particularly popular with female consumers. This group included matching children's chairs tables with storage, ottomans, and accessories. In the digital age, La-Z-Boy innovated once again, introducing a mobile website, an iPad app, and a 3D room planner available for all platforms. La-Z-Boy Incorporated launched a new brand campaign, Live Life Comfortably, with a new ambassador, actress and model Brooke Shields. But you didn't just see La-Z-Boy in their commercials. In 2012, its products were featured on Dancing with the Stars and The Ellen Show. In April 2012, La-Z-Boy announced the Power Recline XR. This wildly popular recliner offers the ability to independently power operate the back and leg rest for the ultimate in seating comfort, all with the touch of a button. In 2013, La-Z-Boy Incorporated was named to the Forbes magazine list of America's 100 most trustworthy companies, based on transparency, conservative accounting practices, and prudent management. In 2015, La-Z-Boy has over 325 stores and sells its products around the world. They make furniture for every room of the home. A new headquarters was opened in 2015, helping La-Z-Boy promote itself as a truly global company that honors its past while looking with excitement to the future.